I don't know about you, but when I'm playing zombies, things can get hard and sway. You gotta put a hard shift in to avoid some of those zombies sometimes, let's be honest. And that makes me very, very thirsty. So every now and again, I'm gonna need to find a drink while I'm playing. So today, we are trying to find a drink in every single Black Ops Zombies map. So let's go get our drink on right from the beginning of Black Ops 1. Let's get into it. It does not take us long in Kino de Toten to find a bar. Depending on the movie, I'm gonna need a drink. If the bartender can be found, that is. Hello? Anyone there? When you're working hard at the Pentagon, I can imagine it's a stressful job and long hours. So it's a good thing that they provide us with coffee. Otherwise, I don't think I'd get through the day. I mean, look how these guys turned out. Damn, it can be stressful when you're on the movie set. So why not have a Jacobs? Hang on a minute. That brand looks familiar to me. That's a copyright issue if you ask me. If there's one thing that I don't want the people flying and making spaceships drinking, is alcohol. I don't want a drunk astronaut. Let's just we move on to Shangri-La, and I can see hidden in this little shack there is some wine. Now I can't tell if he's using that as medication maybe by the looks of it with the bandages and stuff there, but it's a drink, and if you were stuck here in this situation, I'd probably want a drink as well. Whose smart idea was it to not bring any type of drink to the moon? Someone decided cigarettes was obviously more important than staying hydrated. So the only option we have is to drink out of our good old friend's dog bowl, because it looks like we've managed to bring a little bit of water to put in the bowl at least. Tough times, but it must be done. Oh, this looks like a nice place. Oh no, shoot, the bus is leaving. Okay, I guess I'm not making that. Maybe I'll just go and have a drink. I think I'm gonna pour myself a cup of coffee while I wait for that bus to come around in the next hour. Now, considering Nuketown is just two big houses, I was very surprised to see there were no bottles of anything to drink here. I'm very disappointed in Nuketown. Do better. We move on to Doris, and it looks like we got a good amount of alcohol here for us to drink. What is it with these guys? It seems to be a running theme that we either drink alcohol or coffee on these maps. But I guess if you were in a zombie apocalypse, wouldn't you do the same? Funny enough, there wasn't much in terms of drinks provided in Mob of the Dead. The only thing that I could find that was even close to a drink was actually on this little tabletop here. It could be a medication or something, but to me, I think that's going to be a drink. I'm going to say it's Jägermeister. It obviously had quite a bad effect on these guys though. How's it hanging? I'm sorry. That was an awful joke. I take it back. Now, Buried was lovely to us because we have got a whole bar to pick from. We have a ridiculous amount of different drinks we can have. And of course, whilst we're here, we got to feed our boy some drink and then maybe take him to an Alcoholics Anonymous. And finally, for Black Ops 2, we have none other than Origins. And you know what they say, I'm not trying to be stereotypical here, but the French love their wine. Even in the trenches, they are getting drunk on wine. No wonder they always surrendered so easily. Moving swiftly on from that, we go into Black Ops 3, and in the marketplace, there's plenty of drinks for us to have, but we ain't sharing with these guys. Unfortunately though, the Giant did not actually have anywhere to drink from, so the closest I could find is a potion of some sort that we could possibly drink, but I don't think I will. Moving on from that is Der Eisendrache, and when you're studying hard, trying to make all this stuff, there's still time to have a glass of wine at the end of the day, luckily. And we quickly go on to Zetsubo no Shima. Again, there was nothing to drink, so I'm going to make a nice cocktail out of this glass from all the different flavors of water that we can get around the map. And of course, there would be some sort of drink in Gorod Krovi. I mean, Nikolai drinks vodka at the very beginning, so you can't not have something to drink there. And finally, for Black Ops 3, we have Revelations. I found a nice bottle of wine for us to share here. We love wine around these zombies maps. And that is no different when we move on to our next map, which is the very first map of Black Ops 4, Voyage of Despair. We seem to like going to this room in the Can You series, mainly because it seems to have everything, but it also does have a nice bottle of wine, or should I say it did have before I destroyed it. Now, once again, 9 was a tricky one, but I think, even though I don't think they drink this, I think you could drink it if you really wanted to. I mean, they got hella high just from sniffing it, so imagine where you would end up if you were drinking this. I imagine it would look a little something like this.
I believe with
Dead of the Night was probably the easiest one. As soon as I spawn, there's a bottle there. You go a little bit further, there's another bottle. There's another bottle there in ice, which is even better. And there's another bottle. I mean, it wouldn't be a very good party if you didn't have a lot of booze to go with it, let's be honest. And they obviously went all out with no expense spared, which I can appreciate, because that's always a good sign of a good party. Apart from this creepy doll, I don't know why that's there. I don't want that at a party. And finally, for the Chaos series, we move on to Ancient Evil. Now, we came here previously for the food can you cook, and now in the exact same spot, there are lovely glasses full of, I imagine, booze for you to drink. I mean, if I just got really high from 9 and then ended up in the middle of an ancient Greek city, I'd also want to be drinking a lot of booze, because I'd probably feel like I'm still high as hell. I'd probably need it to calm the nerves. We're back at Alcatraz. This time we're going for something slightly different, because we wanted to try change it up a little bit if we really could. So why not come to the warden's house for a nice cup of tea? I'm sure he's very kind and inviting and would love to have a tea party with you. If not, I guess we could just sneak into the warden's office and steal his booze. I'm sure that'll make him happier. And we're back to the Pentagon once again, and I told you these guys seriously need their coffee. Can I say it once, please? I gotta say it once. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. I will never say it again. Moving on to Alpha and Omega, and of course all these houses are going to be full of coffee, let's be honest. These guys are so stressed doing this job, I can imagine they're going to need to stay awake as much as possible. And finally, for Black Ops 4, we go back to the classic remake of Call of the Dead, which is Tag the Totem. And of course my man's left a load of pee here. Not really the best thing to drink, but if you're Bear Grylls, I guess you'd do it, so why can't we? Moving swiftly on from that to Black Ops Cold War, we move to Die Machine. And there seems to be wine bottles all over the floor for us to drink here. And I mean, I think they've drank most of it, because they look like they have seen better days. They're going to have one hell of a hangover when they wake up. If they wake up. Moving on from that, we are back to our favourite map of all time, of course, Firebase Z. Ravenov is sat there chilling on his 500 monitor setup, and I imagine if I was staring at all those screens, I'd also need a cup of coffee to keep me going. I mean, it's tiring enough looking at these two screens while I'm editing this. On to Outbreak, and there is a lovely little cafeteria here that we can drink from. We can go to this lovely coffee machine, and there seems to be a plethora of choices for us to pick from. I think I'll have the decaf. God, it's good to be home, sat here watching TV once again, but I do kind of feel thirsty. I feel like I should go get myself a drink, because I could enjoy the show a bit more with one of these. There you go. I love a good old beer. I think I'll grab that one, and then I'm going to go back and watch my TV. Maybe I'll watch myself some Mr. Off Waffles next. And finally, we are on to our last map of this video, and it is of course none other than Forsaken. So let's celebrate by going to the bar, and that bar of course is Bar 1F. Let's celebrate. We got a variety of drinks here we could have, or we could just drink from the tap. I think I'll have a vodka and coke. Anyway, that concludes the end of today's video. As always, I hope you have enjoyed, and if there is something that you want me to try find in every single Black Ops map, then let me know down in the comments down below. Other than that, if you have really enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. But on that note, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.